Hi there.
Today we have picked up another trigger line that Lee
Mhm.
has managed to dig from
Let
one
me
of
share.
what is that that was around you? A magazine? Is it a magazine? A
No,
book?
it's a book actually. It's called Pocha by Sue Scott. And it says simple Korean food from the streets of Seoul. So Pocha, this one, Pocha is
Yeah.
short for po Pojangmacha, which describes the street carts during late
Wow.
night forays in the streets of Seoul.
Oh, so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
And from that,
Pojangmacha.
the books you read is so interesting. Okay. And the line that Lee and I have agreed to write on
Mhm.
is this.
People's stories are layered thickly on the sticky tabletops.
Ooh, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know the
us too.
context.
That sentence for us is loaded. So,
Okay, yes.
Cess, how about you go first?
Okay, right. People's stories are layered thickly on the sticky tabletops from the book Pocha by Sue Scott. So, a couple of days ago, I met up with my friend and former colleague Owl. We had lunch at our usual comfort food corner in a street off Oxford Circus in London. It is a small, almost hidden Thai restaurant with about 10 small tables, cramped in a room that is warmed by the aroma of tom yum and ginger and fish
Mm.
sauce and mince and steamed rice.
Oh,
My
nice.
palate knows what it wants, even as I walk in haste towards its doors. I enter, and my face breaks into this instinctive smile, and I nod my head while
Yeah.
greeting back Sawadika to the women that welcome me in, their skin color and almond eyes mirroring mine. I choose a
Nice.
cozy corner and immediately request for iced chai tea while
Yeah.
waiting for my friend to arrive. As it comes, as I know it would, in this mug shaped bottle with lots of crushed ice and a paper straw. It
Mm.
refreshes my parched throat and perks me up inside. I can almost feel the milky goodness cheer up every cell as it touches on my insides. When hour arrives, we ignore the menu as we already know what we want.
Yeah.
I, with my usual tom yum goong, the with shrimp, the tom yum with shrimp, and her with her steamed fish. We jump into stories of our work adventures, of home life, of health issues, and news of relief from medical tests, of
Mm.
feminism and leadership, of kindness and the yearning to understand what people who oppose our beliefs are thinking of. The latter making me wish that our musings would make our table stickier so that kindness would be passed on to the next person who would sit there sipping their own glass mug of a chai tea.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that kind of ending.
That's where it got me. We just wrote
Super.
this just before we press record, by the way. So this is a fresh
Yeah.
refresh.
Fresh, 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 fresh.
Go
Okay,
ahead,
hang
your
on.
turn.
Yes, bear with me a sec.
It's okay.
Because here, sorry. People's stories are layered thickly on the sticky tabletops. Smoke circling around from the blackened plates of bangus sisig, grilled squid, and the loss for words heaven of fermented fish and rice. My mouth tries to think about the joy it is experiencing, stunned by deliciousness and bursts of genius from these dishes. These moments of exciting my tongue, my eyes, and nose experiencing joy, and my ears picking up on the same sounds around me. Friends from the theater sharing these nights after rehearsals, smiling with paradise in our eyes.
That brings back so many memories. Oh my god, that brought me back. And I know exactly what you were describing. Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
It's so
I love how much when we talk about food or our experiences around food, it just lights up both of
I know
us.
both of
And
us.
I
There's
think
like
the
this warm
memories,
feeling.
yeah. And then the things that we describe are almost like really visceral for us, like we're experiencing it
Yeah,
in the moment, right? As we write it and just try to bring it back to us in here, in this moment that we have together.
it is, isn't it? That's interesting.
Mm.
What?
What I love about your piece,
Hmm?
your work talks about the now that you have
Yeah.
and the way that you connect it. I love the image of hopefully that the kindness that you're thinking about with Owl in the work that you do, stays on the table, sticks on the table, so that the next set of people picks up that energy, that spirit, and then just moves around. So it's kind of like that table is a way to connect with other people who may never know you,
Yeah.
but the spirit in which both
The
you and
energy,
I would do the
maybe,
work.
hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, pick up both the energy from the work and how much you enjoy the food
Mm.
too, right? So when you're describing, oh, steamed fish
It's
and
yeah,
tom
so
yum
it's just
gum.
amazing every time I come out of that. It's almost like and I think I messaged her after is like both my tummy and my soul is filled.
Yeah.
We talked of so many. We were also in awe coming out, and we're like, we covered everything. Like we talked about work, we talked about our health, we talked about each other's families and everything. And it was not even in any order. It was like
Mm,
we kind of just go in and out. We've in and out
yes.
of different levels of the conversation, but it all just kind of
Yes.
all makes sense and we connect and we understand and we
Yes.
come out of it.
Like a good halo halo. Also for
Oh, let's
listeners, halo halo
explain
is
halo halo. Yeah.
a Filipino dessert that has ube, that has leche flan,
Ube's
that has
purple yam
purple
and
yam, and then evaporated milk, and it's a cold
beans, sweetened beans,
sweetened beans, shreds of coconut, young coconut.
and the other kind of banana, the banana.
Oh, yeah, it's a sweetened banana,
Sweetened.
but
And
it's
sometimes we put so
saba.
halo halo translates to mix, right? It's a mix of everything. So all of that at the bottom, right? All of that at the bottom. They put all of that first, and they make the tapioca balls colored too.
Balls, yeah.
It's like different
Yes.
colors. It's both a
Yeah.
mix of the texture, the color, the taste in there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then they put lots of crushed ice, like really
Yeah.
shaved ice, no? Like
Yeah. And for
fine
some, they include ice cream, right? So
on
like a
top.
doll.
And then if
Yeah.
it's special, put ice
Yeah.
cream on top. And also the
The
leche
custard
flan,
flan.
the
Yeah.
custard
Or
cake.
creme brulee for other people.
Oh, but there's milk
S-
too. There's milk.
There's milk. So
And
the
then you
reason why I'm
mix
bringing it
it.
up is because when you were talking about food,
Yeah.
it's a good mix, right? So it doesn't
Oh
necessarily have
yeah.
an order, but
Yes.
everything put together and you experience it, it is really good.
Yes.
It's like good halo halo.
There's even a technique for it because it's a tall glass usually, right? Or a bowl.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
then they make sure it's really just heaping. It's part of the
Yeah.
excitement, heaping, and then the toppings like that. But there's a technique not to make it spill. You know,
Yes, and
you
but
mix it in
yeah,
a way that it
slowly
so
like that long spoon, right? And you slowly bring it down.
yes, everything's contained. The same, I guess you're right. In the art of this conversation, you have that space.
Yes.
Within that space, you're then able to just kind of just mix things and it's just so nice. It just feels so good. And I needed that, after a grueling week last week. It was so good.
The world moves in a good way if we do it over food,
What about
right?
diets? I don't like fasting.
But if it's good food, you don't need lots of it, but it's
Mm,
always in the way that it
Yeah.
helps you, it nourishes you, and your senses are engaged with it. And then you have company that, good
Yeah.
friends,
Yeah.
colleague that walk in a similar path as they do. So,
So
ah,
Lee was writing about this
yeah,
restaurant we frequented when we were in university and
you
in the
see,
theater.
yeah,
I mean, even after, because then we long for it, right? We come back and they served all these really nice
yeah,
dishes. It was quite simple, actually. We would be kind of tired or have been through some intense performance, street performance
hmm,
or rally or demonstration or whatever,
yeah.
while juggling school and life, right? And then we come there and then they would serve this sizzling plate
Yeah.
of just what do you call that?
Uh,
Minced pig's cheek.
Peaks, cheeks, yeah. See,
With lots of
sisig,
onions and
sisig.
then soy sauce and whatever. And
Yeah.
it would sizzle like that.
When you hear it coming already, as the wait staff brings it to you, like anticipation of when it comes on top of rice, and then you push it into your mouth, and like, damn, this is good, very good, satisfying. And you have your friends who are
Some
in
friends are there.
similar situations, and
Yeah.
you're all enjoying the food. You're all
Yeah.
talking about either what the performance was like, how the rehearsals went, and continue to weave and
Yeah.
knit, weave and
And
knit,
then it's the
weave and knit
same thing. Our
actions.
conversations were just not just about that. It was also weaving about everything,
Yeah,
including our love life,
yeah.
just our sex life if there was one. And gossips about it. But and can also go deep into politics. Just kind of it brings back a really warm,
Mm,
nice feeling when
yeah.
you were you were reading what you wrote.
This restaurant that we're talking about is called Trellis, and it was at the outskirts of the university where we went to. So it's a
Yeah,
easy for us to get to after rehearsals, or
yeah,
if we're coming
and
from a
it was
performance,
affordable.
and it was relatively affordable, right? We would like split the bills
Yeah.
for some who had who for some of us who were working then, so had a
Yes.
little bit more, so they would take
Yes.
like a larger share
Socialized.
of the bill. Yeah, socialized payment, and everybody just trying to reach across the table.
And I think because that became like a lot of university people came there and activists and
Mhm.
artists
Yes.
carried on through the years. And it just kind of brings us back to where the quote that we started off with, that people's stories are layered thickly on the sticky tabletops. And that I think that's one place where this kind of description really
Mhm.
fits, because
Yeah.
imagine, as in when they if the walls could talk or something, right? They something like that, but
Oh,
definitely
talking about walls, because that restaurant too is a model for sustainable design,
that
because
one
it
had
didn't have any
trellises. Yeah, it's
walls. Yeah,
open,
it didn't. It was
and
an
then
open
greenery.
one. Yeah. So, and there was kind of like a forecourt in the middle. So
With
there's like
green.
a, yeah, with all the greeneries,
Yep.
and so it was,
Just
and
open
then you
air.
see
It was not air
trellis.
conditioned. Yeah.
Man, man.
Trellis and greens. It's
So
beautiful.
if there was a storm or a strong rain, you just try to smudge yourself in the middle, and
Yes.
then when the rain goes, and
Yeah.
then you just
Fine. It's
move the
fresh.
parts again. Yeah, it was kind of like home based too
It
for us,
was.
right? So
So I found my little
we
corner here in London that's kind of like that.
yeah.
I mean, the feeling of a sticky tabletop, and I'm hoping I'm adding to that layer of
Mm,
stories that the table has,
yeah.
archived.
Hmm.
So with that,
Yeah. Yeah.
please try.
So
Please try. Liminal writing is really about letting yourself go with the flow of your subconscious, or between the conscious and the unconscious, which is the liminal. So the line again is people's stories are layered thickly on the sticky tabletops,
yeah.
from the book Pocha by Sue Scott.
So thank you to the author for the inspiration,
Thank you.
and this is where it brought us. Thank you, folks. See
Thank
you
you
on
for
the
your
next one.
kindness. So, yep, till the next
Eat
one.
well. Eat well.
Eat well with good company if you
With
can.
good company.
All
Absolutely.
right.
Bye, Saz.